Welcome back, football fans. I'm Mellowseven, and this is Football Manager 2017. With our Asian Journeyman save, we have just accepted the job at Nigata Unicorn. And when I say just, I mean just. I essentially have paused long enough to hit stop recording, turn on my studio light to adjust for some of the light changes that we saw in the first episode as the day gets marginally brighter outside there. Very, very marginally. A cloud-covered day here in Salinas, California. Anyway, and then hit start recording again. So we're right back at it. So let's go ahead and take a look at our email feed here. 43-year-old Mellowseven is said to be relishing his role at Nagata Stadium and has already turned his attentions to the match against Tokyo Metro Feliz, who is also looking for a coach. FC Gifu will be looking for a new head coach. FC Gifu will paid $70,000 in compensation for Seven. I meant to look at the financials before we left for you guys to see. That thing just went up. We made so much money for FC Gifu. Seven, who of course most famously lifted the Japanese Emperor's Cup with FC Gifu in 2016, will no doubt be hoping to bring similar success in stepping up to a bigger club. Despite preseason hopes of a top half finish in the league, Nigata Unicorn currently find themselves in 12th place. So we do have a little bit of work to do. We lost 3 of our last 5 games. And we need top half. So, we got a couple spots at least that we need to pick up. Welcome to Nigata Unicorn. We're going to play, sign young players, play attacking soccer. That's great. I guess we can go ahead and do the meeting really fast. Get the meeting started. Large history. Sure. Sounds great. Traditional press conference. Yep, that's fine. Okay, thanks for the introduction. All right, so this is our assistant, Kosuke Ishikawa. Got some questions. Thanks. Familiar with the squad. Spend the next couple days analyzing personnel. Okay, good enough. Would you like me to arrange a meeting with the rest of the staff where they will discuss the current... No, I think we're fine. Thanks for help. Know where to find you. Let's go ahead and make sure that our... staff roles are the same as what I had. Responsibilities, they're not. Let's go ahead and mess with that. Hire first team head coach. Obviously, I don't get that. Hire fire general manager. Okay, I'll live with that. Youth development scout. I'm going to make most of this on the general manager. We have a general manager. It's going to let the president do that. Okay. That's fine. First team assistant coach. I'll hire my own assistant coach. Maybe I'll do my coaching staff too, but I'm going to let the president hire the non-coaching staff. Find, make offers for first team. Young players for the future. I think for now, we'll let the head of youth development handle new signing for the first team. And you know what? I think we're going to let him find and make offers for young players of the future too. I don't usually give them that, but I think we'll do that. We'll hang on to our first thing. I will finalize signings for young players of the future, and I will. So we're not paying huge money on somebody I don't like. Or if I find somebody, I want to make sure I'm the one handling the contract negotiation. Transfer incoming, handle finalizing. It's outgoing. Now I want to hang on to that too. I don't want them selling a young player that I have plans for. Offer youth team players you've listed for transfer loan to other clubs. I'll let them do that. So if I list them for transfer, they'll handle the rest of it. That's fine. Offer first team players you've listed for transfer to other clubs. I'm okay with that too. We're going to let the president deal with that. Contract renewals. Which youth players' contracts to extend. Okay, I'll let the youth development handle that too. That generally isn't a huge hit on our budget, so just one less thing to pay attention to. You can't really dump somebody without me knowing about it, so set assignments, scouting team. I'm going to let the chief scout do that. I'll handle training, I think. Match training, youth development. Bring youth players into club. Okay, so I think that's what we're going to go with there. First team, I don't like doing the press conferences, so we're going to let the assistant coach deal with the press conferences. New signing, sure, I'll do those. Tunnel interviews, I guess. I'll do friendlies. Okay, I think that's fine. I think we confirm that. Locked in everything we wanted locked in. Let's go back to our inbox. Nigata Uniform Transfers update. We've got 1 player in on loan and 3 out on loan. Okay. Saito. Yep. I do have some notes on players where I want to put them. That may change depending on what we see now that I have full vision of them. We do have a lot of injuries. And that's going to be an issue. 1 to 6 days, 2 to 3 weeks, 5 to 7 weeks, 2 to 3 days, 1 to 4 days, not too bad. So these 3 guys we're going to get back pretty quick, and potentially Sato as well. Sato, 1 to 6 days, and then these guys were out for a little while. I wish to deal with unhappy players now, or you can chat with them when you wish, or the players will come to you in time. Okay. Struggling to settle in at club. Okay. I'm not sure what we can do to fix that, to be fair. Social feed, sure, we'll accept that. Nagata captain. All right. So we don't have 13, 14. That's pretty good. So I don't see any like spectacular, like 18 leadership like we had on the last team, but we have a lot of 13s and 14s, 11s and 12s. So we got a fair amount of decent leadership there. They're suggesting Yuya Matsushita there. 26 years old. Pretty decent. Let me look to see where he initially had him in my lineup. Okay, I have him starting in my midfield. So I don't want to pick somebody that I didn't have starting to be my captain. Oh, and then our backup will be, they're suggesting Nomoto. I have him right now as a backup defensive right. Behind Ogasawara. Let's see, he doesn't have any leadership per se, but heading, marking, crossing of 6, crossing of 9. Well, he might be a little bit better. Good teamwork. Another option would be Inaba. Or do I have Inaba in? I have him as a starting defensive center back in my initial lineup. 12, 12, 15. Leadership of 12, only a teamwork of 8. Not really sure why they have him up there at second in their list, to be fair. I just don't know how often we're going to have Nomoto in the match. That's my worry. He is currently the vice captain. That's why that's fine. We can live with that. I say he may not play, but as long as Matsushita's there, we'll have a captain on the pitch. We'll just have to pay attention to that. Okay. Nigata Unicorn, founded in 1955. Nigata Unicorn are a professional Japanese club playing in J1 League. Finished 6th last season. Play their home games at Nagata Stadium and possess great training facilities, good youth facilities. Unicorn, yeah. Best spell of success during the 2000s. 14-year barren spell. They have not won a competition since 2003. They have a history of which they can be proud. Yada, yada, yada. 3-star youth. 3.5-star training facilities. J2 League once. 3 regional. That's too small for me to read this far away. Hakushinetsu League, Division 1. Okay. Probably the league below the J2 League, I guess. Okay. Average junior coaching, established youth recruitment. Okay. Introductory advice. We're going to... we can scout. That's fine. Midfielders to scout. Defenders to scout. goalkeepers to scout. Good. I'm good with that. We need to take a look at our special teams. We need to take a look at our tactics. Is there players you like? Okay, well, let's go ahead and... Jello, I'm sorry, baby. I know you just want to help. But not right now. Let's go ahead and get a scouting report on all of these guys. And, do I still have a short list? Let's go scouting. May as well wipe my short list if I have one. One player, let's go ahead and remove from list. Yep. Let's go back to our inbox. We'll go ahead and add these guys to our short list really fast. Just so we remember that they were suggested and we should look at them. Okay. So there's that. Let's go ahead and take a look at what our overall tactics are going to be. I think we are going to run like I say, something more like, whoops. Well, not way out there. Something like that. I think this is what we're going to run. And in my notes right now, I've got Yoshimura as our... There's going to be some injuries here, so we'll have to play with this. But I've got goalkeeper. We're starting at the back. Hiramoto. Okay. And then fullback on the right, I've got Ogasawara. They have listed as their third option. We'll have to take a look at that second option because I think I've missed him. And then I've got Inaba. And Nakajima. And Sato, who is injured. Like I say, we're going to have to swap him in a minute here. But we'll get the initial starting lineup. And then I've got Kushida. And Mutsushita. Out on the wings on the right, I've got Kinoshita. Tanaka. And Suzuki. And then I've got Yoshimura up front. Who they have as our third option. Interesting. So, the guy they want to put up there, and who is a young, hot prospect for us, is Brian Ferrara there. So we're going to go to take a look at him. I've got him listed as a sub for both striker as well as my attacking midfielder. I think he's a better attacking midfielder than a striker, and I'll show you why here in just a second. But we don't have a lot of striker options there. So then I've got Hashiguchi, Ferrari, Miyata is our sub for the other side. Miyata. Jin-san is our sub for the middle. Namoto. Sakuma. And Yamazaki. Although I also have Byun-Hoon listed down here. I'm not sure which one we want. 12, 12, 14. That's pretty good. Good positioning. He's just slow. Okay, as opposed to Yamazaki? I have two Yamazakis. There we go. There we go. It's like, what the heck? As opposed to Huang, no, who do we have else? Byung-Hoon. Where is... as opposed to Sakuma. So we looked at Byung-Hoon. Where's Sakuma? Marking of 13, tackling of 16, positioning of 13. He's got a little bit more speed. Good natural fitness. So yeah, I think he makes sense. Now we do have, so I think this right here, this is our standard formation and tactic. We've got a few issues here. We do have a couple injuries, as you can see already. We've got 3 in the deal. I've got 3 more in our subs. Injuries are an issue for us right now. I kind of looked through from what I could see. I don't think we got a lot of injury-prone guys. I think it's just bad luck, purely. I didn't see guys with a history of injury. Uh, we did have a bunch of guys on international duty as well, so we're going to have some guys that are tired. We've got some people that have played a lot of matches. I've got kind of a list of guys I think that need to be rested. We'll kind of see how that goes. When I initially looked at the team, they were already beginning to rest players, but they still had players out on international duty. So I've got kind of about 5 players that are probably going to need rest. I'm not sure how many of these are going to match up with guys that are injured. I've got Kinoshita probably needing rest at attacking midfield right. So unfortunately, he's healthy right now, so let's go ahead and leave him in for the moment. Nakajima, he's healthy at the moment. Matsushita, he's on his last yellow card. He's about to get an enforced rest. Inaba, I do have Inaba in. Oh, as defensive. He's healthy. And Ogasawara. Okay, so Ogasawara is really the only one that's injured that is on my rest list. But let's go ahead real quick. We will swap him out with Namoto, who I have for that sub at the moment. There we go. We'll give him a little bit of a rest. Except he's injured. All right. So let's go back to Sawara here for the moment. Who else do we have? We have Yuya down here. Let's take a look at Yuya. 27 years old, not very good. Good mentals. Technicals, 10, 11. Positioning is 11. We want to get him. We don't want him in for a terribly long time. So, yeah, I think he's got a small injury. We'll swap him out, and then Namoto will go there. And we'll just have to remember to, as soon as Namoto is back, how bad is that injury? Come on, get off of that guy. There we go. 5 to 6. He's out for a while. Okay, so we'll just have to remember. Next injury, Sato. Oh, Saito probably. I have Yamazaki as the backup there, but he's injured as well. Isn't that interesting the way that works? All our players that are injured, their subs are injured too. How long is he going to be injured for? 1 to 6 days. 2 to 3 weeks. So he's out for a while. Do I have another defensive left I can put in there? I do not. Okay, we're just going to have to play that one by ear for a moment. I've got a game. Oh, I've got 18 days till the next match, it looks like. So we've got time. How long is Yamazaki out? 2 to 3 weeks? He might be back. He might be back. Let's go ahead and... whoops, not Yamazaki. Amano. Ogasawara. Right, that injury is... So we may not need to rest anybody. We got 18 days off. That's plenty. 3 days, 1 to 6 days. So he'll be back, so we don't have to worry about him. Yoshimura, he's going to be back. Oh, wait, so I think really the only primary injury we've got to deal with is Namoto. And how long is Yamazaki out? 2 to 3 weeks. He might be back in time. So this is it. This is our only real major injury. I think that's going to work out okay for us. Now, we said we'd look at Brian Ferrara because he is supposedly a 4-star player. Yuta Kai here as well. We might... Oh, I've got some other notes for him. We are going to train him. He is very good, but he's a mid-left. We don't play mid-left in this position. Look at that crossing, 13. He may get in sooner rather than later for Suzuki. I'm just saying. I mean, Suzuki's decent. He's actually more than decent. But I think what we're going to do is we're going to start training him to do position, role, attacking mid-left. All right, and they're already working on it, so that's perfect. So that's what we're going to move him up to. I also want to tutor Tanaka with Matsushita. So, what is his role? Because it has to be a lower role, right? So they have to share a position. He's considered rotation, and Matsushita is key player. So that should work, and that is the only Tanaka, right? I don't have him messed up. So if we click on Koji, we're going to run him up front here, by the way. Even Matsushita's better, but he's also I'm going to run him back here, but he's not Not as good as I'd hoped he'd be when we saw the initial ranges of stuff, but he's still pretty good. First touch of 16, passing of 12, technique of 12, great vision and teamwork of 14, a little bit of flair. He's not terribly fast though, so I don't. He's probably better off with that speed being up a spot, but we're gonna give him a go there. And then just because he's my best option, one of my best two. We've got Kushida here. Is actually he's 30 though. He's my favorite midfielder. Although again, passing of 13, first touch of 11. He's just got a little bit more speed. He's got a little bit more flair. Vision is a tiny bit better, but realistically, neither of them is much better than the other one, right? Anyway, so we want to get Kanaka. So let's see I think if we go development, tutoring, most suitable. I want Matsushita to do this. Is who I looked at earlier. Help him improve his game. Yes, let's knock that out. And let's go back to roster real fast. I'll show you why. Let's click that. Matsushita. It's just for these mentals, good flair, leadership, teamwork, and stuff. I think those are good mentals, and I think that Tanaka, while his mentals are decent already, I think that will help a little bit more. So fingers crossed. We'll see how that goes. But that teamwork of 19, look at that. 19, 14, 16. Love that. First touch is 12, passing is 12, technique is 12. Those, I hope, are all going to come up. We have him listed as a 5-star talent. And good composure and great decisions, too. Really, really happy with him. I think he's going to be great up there. I essentially just wanted him in the game, and so that meant Matsushita needed to drop back. So, and then I had kind of wanted to tutor Ferraro, but my problem is Ferrara is listed as a key player at the moment, I believe. Key player. So I want to, I think, tutor him with Yoshimura. What do we have Yoshimura listed as? A backup. So at the moment, I can't tutor a lower level player with a higher level player, but I'm not even sure 13, 13, 14, 14. I may not need to. I mean, let's look at the mentals. Yeah, no, we do. We do. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to go, if we go transfer status, is that where that is? Key player. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to put him first team for now, confirm. And then we're going to go ahead and make Yoshimura a key player. Oh, that may be, at least for the moment. Confirm. Then I can go back to my squad. I can click on Ferrara. I can go to development. I can go to tutoring. He's currently injured and can't be tutored. Damn it. Okay, well, we'll get back to that. Because it'll be in a day or 4 days, right? So I think that's it. I think that's the basic stuff we got going on. Let's go ahead and check our tactics real fast. Let's do set pieces. Set piece takers. Let's see what we got. We don't have crap. Corner kicks. Suzuki. Okay, buddy. You're definitely on the left side. If you're in, no, because he's not, well, midfield center. If he's in, you can do the right. And if you're not in, Matsushita can do the right. I think that's fine. And Yuta can do the left if he's in, right? So there we go. All right, free kicks. We're slightly better on, oh, we're actually pretty good on free kicks. We got Suzuki, attacking midfielder left. That's fine. I'm fine with him doing either of those, to be honest. Ferrara's right. If he's in, maybe we swap that. I think that's okay there. Long throws. Do we have anybody that can do long throws? Not really. We'll just leave that alone. We'll let them pick that. Free kicks. Corners, all that good sort of stuff. This is their basic routine. I have a... I thought I had one loaded. Load routine. So this is free kick, defend from the right. I do not. Somewhere in the mess, they got deleted with all the installing and uninstalling. And okay, so I'm going to have to redo those. I'll do that off camera. There's no need to sit through that mess. And I think that's it. I think 4, 2, 3, 1 ride. Okay. Flexible. Let's see how we match up in the team report. That's something else. So we know whether we should go creative, whether we're a flexible creative team compared to everybody else and we can do that, or whether we need to sit back and be a little more strategic, right? Average age, we're short, we're skinny with no internationals. Well, some things never change, right? I'm tall and fat, so obviously we need a short, skinny team. We're a little bit overpaid, probably for where we're at. We might have to look at that. Our average player value is higher, though, too, so maybe not. That speaks well for us for getting in the top half. In theory, we've got a decent roster as far as player worth. Decisions are good. Okay, our work rate's a little low, and our teamwork's a little bit low. So it's good that we have some of those players with the really high teamwork in there, so that'll help. But otherwise, I think we're, a slightly above average team when it comes to all positions. Goalkeepers, 1v1s, we stink. Throw-ins, we stink. Kicking, we stink. Really good command of the area and great agility. Man, this 1v1, though, we're not going to win a lot of draws or, shootouts that way. We may have to start looking. Defense, again, I don't have anybody that can jump. That's just as it's been for me in the last couple teams. And we're slow. So same as always. But we've got great positioning and good tackling. Heading's okay, despite the fact that we can't jump at all. And our marking is, above average. So that should be okay. I can live with that. Midfield, great vision. Okay, so we've got playmakers there, right? We can, hopefully that will help spring us with free. And technique is really good as well. That will help. And passing. So long shots not good. I never have a team that has long shots. I don't know why. I've tried. It just never seems to happen. And again, we're low on teamwork. And decisions are a little bit low. That seems odd to me, but that may be some of the younger players bringing us down a little bit. I think we'll be okay there. But yeah, I love that vision. And I love that technique. So... and stamina will be able to stay in games. Attacking, we're not quite as good attacking, but we do have some speed up front, even if we don't have it elsewhere, right? Off the ball, this is a problem. Hopefully that great vision will make up for some of the guys not being spectacular at that. Anticipation is okay. Jumping is okay. Headers are poor. But we do have decent long shots here. Although a 7 is not really that good. I mean, it's better than average, but it's still not going to get us a lot of goals. And a finishing of 12. So, we're doing okay. I would say this is our weakness at the moment. I think we need a better striker. I think that's our weakness. Ferrara's not ever going to be that striker. Physicals, we're okay. Nothing terrible there. A little bit, acceleration's a little bit low, jumping's a little bit low, pace a little bit low, but, we already knew that. Mentals, I think we're great. I mean, amazing concentration. Spectacular positioning, good vision. I think we're going to be a decent team, really. Bravery's okay. Determination is a little bit low, and off the ball is a little bit low. Maybe we can do that cheeky, calm, concentrate of Loki's quite a bit. I mean, if our concentration is the best in the league, we may not need to. That's the deal. We might just buckle down and pay attention. And I love that vision. I think we are going to do some get creative type of stuff. And then technicals, look at that. We kill everybody on technicals for the most. Well, okay. Average, but look at that. Best crossing. Dribbling's decent. Those are all average. Wow. That long throw of 10 is best. Or 5.48 is an average. That's pretty poor. Our marking, though, is very good. So maybe we'll close down a little bit more. Maybe we'll do what we were doing with the other team. Maybe we sit a little deeper, but we close down a little bit earlier. Our passing is very good. Penalties, highest. Tackling, highest. Technique, pretty close to highest. All right, so let's go back to our tactic here real fast. Let's take a look at our instructions. I think we are going to sit slightly. I think we're going to sit slightly deeper. I think we're going to close down more. I think that will be okay. We don't have a lot of midfielders there, so we don't want to sit too deep. But I think we'll do that. Passing is good. We could probably do a little bit more direct passing. I think we're going to just say be more expressive. I'm going to leave the work in the ball in the box till I see how many horrible long shots we take before we work on that. We are going to clear the ball to the flanks. Or maybe we'll just exploit the flanks because we have such good crossing. That's what I'm thinking. If we can get the ball out to those guys and they can cross it back in, I think we'll do that. We'll leave it pretty standard. Not a lot of extra instructions right here. I think I'm just going to put it on standard for now. I almost never play standard. You know what we're going to do? We're going to train a counter and we're going to train a control. So let's go ahead. We'll save this one. We'll say okay. I think we're okay with that. Let's go ahead. We're going to save. And we're going to say this is Unicorn counter. Save. And then we're going to come over here. We're going to load that Unicorn counter. Come over here. But now we're going to change this to an attacking or a control. We'll save Unicorn control. There we go. So that way we're going to continue to train both of those kind of mentalities. And then as we go back and forth, we can do that. And then we'll just have to see if we want a different, some other type of formation. I don't know what we do. We could conceivably drop back and maybe play just a straight 4-4, maybe like a 4-4-1-1 or something along those lines. Or we could have a more defensive where we drop back and we put a defensive midfielder in. We do have one player that does play midfield, Taro Sakuma, and he's decent, marking a 13, tackling a 16, positioning a 13. As a defensive midfielder, he's really good. And he's not bad as a defensive center either. In fact, he may become a starting defensive center. I've got him set as a sub at the moment. But that may change. 13, man. 13, 16, 13. What do I have? He's got the heading there. But 13, 16, 13. Okay, the heading there is what puts him over the top. 12, 16, 12. He might be better than Sho. In fact, let's do a quick compare with Sakumi. I see you down there, Jello. The cat's down there with the claws saying, I'm down here, pet me. Take a look at attributes. Oh, is that the guy I wanted? Hold on. I'm questioning who I was looking at. Defensive midfielder. Taro Sakumi. Compare with Sho Nakajima. There we go. That's better. That's more what I'm trying to do. Okay, so I would say we're pretty well awash right here, right? I mean, slightly better marking. Tackling's the same. Heading is slightly better over here. Neither spectacular. So I think that's kind of a wash there. Mentals, Sakuma's more aggressive. Nakajima's braver. A little bit more flair. I don't think that really matters. More leadership in Nakajima. Positioning, it's a wash. A difference of 1. Vision slightly better. Work rate slightly. I think we'll go with the bravery, leadership, and work rate here. But we do have Taro Sakuma there. So I think we could, if we come here, we go ahead and we load, say, the counter one. Except now, instead of running an attacking midfielder, although I do really like Tanaka, we drop this back to here, and then we would put in Taro Sakuma into that spot. So let's come over here. Whoops. Oh, here, let's move that back. Sorry, that was a mistake. Now we come over here. We drop this. Whoops, come on. We drop that back, and that becomes our super defensive set. So we're going to say we're not going to drop back to defense. We're going to leave it on counter, but we'll kind of save this as our Unicorn Unicorn D. There we go. Save. It sounds like a Japanese anime, doesn't it? Unicorn D. Vampire Hunter D. Unicorn Hunter D? We all know unicorns are jerks. Let's go back to our thing. I'm going to hit counter a bunch of times and we're going to play a match. No, we're not. This is 35 minutes. We'll be back for a match next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Give us a thumbs up if you liked it. Thumbs down if you hated it. You've seen everything I've seen up to this point. If you got some suggestions for me, I would love to see them. I probably am going to play one match before... I'm probably going to play one match before we and videotape it. So your suggestions will not be in probably in time for the next video, but probably for the video after that. All right. So anyway, loved having you along. If you'd like to see more, do not forget to subscribe, and we will see you guys next time. Sayonara.